Hey, Joel.
Hey, Rosebud.
How you doing?
I am better now that we're doing our show this wonderful evening with you. And to the Do We Have to crew, welcome to another episode of Do We Have to, a marriage podcast. Today, it's trust, privacy, and respect all collide in one question. You know what the question is, Emily?
No.
Should couples share their phone passwords?
No.
Or not? Why you answer that really fastly? Do I need to be worried? And before we get to that, and Emily answers that question and maybe dismantles our marriage in the process, we have a wonderful show for you guys today. This is not actual Family Studios production. Executive producer, Colin, the all-knowing. This show better make some money for me one day or I'll see you on the streets, Maskell.
It's a day in history.
What is a day in history?
You didn't say schmedium.
Who also goes by Schmiedy. Thank you, Emily, for correcting me. That's
Colin.
Fantastic. That would have been that would have broke a streak of all streaks. This is the 37th episode of Do We Have to, a marriage podcast. Congratulations, by the way, Emily and Schmedium, Uncle Colin. And thank you, Emily, for allowing me to do that for the 37th time in a row.
I'm so sorry, Colin.
Appreciate that. We have a wonderful show for everybody today. So not only are we going to dive into the topic of, which is, from my understanding, the most virally discussed and debated topic amongst couples and married couples, which is the access to the phone. We are also going to be discussing some more 90s nostalgia as we bring to you week after week at youtube.com/at Do We Have to, a marriage podcast and all major podcast apps. And we're also going to be getting deep with each other with our wonderful game of Let's Get Deep by Relatable.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you.
You guys weren't a part of, obviously, Colin edits out. Usually what Emily and I do when we're in the studio, which is also known as our dining room, we put on the audio, we start recording that, and then we get the videos ready. I doll myself up. I put a lot of moisturizer on my face. I get myself some contour, some makeup. I get myself all prettied up. And then Emily, she just walks in. She just looks, the way she looks right now on camera, that's how she looks. But I have to do a lot of work. And then usually her and I talk for about 5 or 6 minutes. That consisted me of night bitching nonstop before we got into the episode.
True story.
So as we sound happy and great now, that is absolutely just a front. I was being a little bitch for about 5 to 6 minutes, which only myself, her, and Colin... Well, when you're just introducing the show and you're acting like everything's great, you're on a marriage podcast, you're putting on a front regardless.
You're being a little bitchy.
Yeah.
You're being a bit whiny.
Being a little bitch.
Yeah.
And
nobody likes
it's just been a long week. Papa Ron is in the hospital. Kids' activities in full swing. And I'm sure everybody can adhere and relate to the grind.
Yeah.
Yes. So, 90s nostalgia.
Yeah.
Emily and I, we are babies of the 80s, children of the 90s. Now we're two grown-up kids in marriage, looking back at the decade that raised us,
Would
right?
we say that we're children still?
We were children.
We're grown-up kids. I think
absolutely. I think our generation didn't, sometimes I feel like we're stuck being 14 and 15 in this world.
No.
Okay, fine. You're better than me. Is that what you want to hear?
Yeah. I'm not stuck being 14 or 15.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm good.
From Biggie to Beanie Babies, Fresh Prince to floppy disk, join us as we rewind to the moments that made our childhood and shaped our marriage stories along the way.
Love it.
And in this edition of our wonderful 90s nostalgia, we're going to be going through the weeks of September 13th through the 19th of the 1990s. Not a lot went down during that week. There's only a few things, but the things that are happening, the things that did happen, the things that resonated with us, they're all good. Yeah. So first things first, let's talk about premieres, TV shows, movies, etc. Right?
Okay.
Law and Order premiered September 13th, 1990. Law and Order's been around for a fucking long time.
Yeah. Like, isn't it still going?
Well, they have so many variations of the show. And I feel like everybody and anybody's been on that show. Law and Order SVU. Uncle Zach.
That's it.
Uncle Zach loves that show because all the sexuality and the violence.
I don't think so.
But he does like that show.
And
I don't think it's because of that. But Ice-T's in
which
that,
one's
right?
the dun dun?
That's just Law and Order. That's just
dun
dun.
Oh yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
No, I think we got that wrong.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah, that's Law
realize
and Order.
that it's. Oh, okay.
So anyway, that it premiered in 1990 on September 13th. It's a long-running Dick Wolf series. I don't know who Dick Wolf is. I assume a writer or the writer of the show. Made its debut on NBC. Yeah, 1990. And I mean, it's still going today, and they've had various spin-offs of that show, the original show.
Which other ones are there?
There's like, isn't there Law and Order like Vegas? There's Law and Order like fucking Toledo.
New York,
Law and Order,
Chicago,
Poughkeepsie, Law and Order, Boise.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I just feel like you can do it with anything.
I feel like
anywhere.
I know.
Law and Order, Miami.
I've heard about Law and Order, and I've heard about Law and Order SVU, but then that's.
There's no way Papa doesn't watch some sort of Law and Order.
I think he watches the SVU one.
Okay, but I'm just saying,
don't
for a
think
man
he
who reads
does.
Grisham and what's the other authors he likes? Who's he a big fan
Patterson.
of? James Patterson. There's no way he doesn't watch Law and Order.
I feel like though he watches something called Blue something.
Yeah, cop shit. I mean,
Yeah.
this is the same thing.
But I don't know.
But we're
Blue
talking about
Stripes
the
or
show.
Blue-
So like the Tom Brady of cop shows that has been going on for forever, winning Super Bowls in their 40s. That's Law and Order.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Ready to Die, the Notorious Big album, which is one of my all-time favorite albums.
It's a good one.
September 13th, 1994. And I can remember the first song of that album I ever listened to because we were on the... No, it wasn't when we were on the way, but it was when we were moving from North Carolina to Missouri. When we got here, it was October. We ended up going to visit my dad's parents in North Platte, Nebraska, which we're going to be heading back to this weekend. And I remember, I think it was there, I went to a mall and got the album in October. And then I listened to it, and it's one of still my favorite all-time albums. It's one I can listen to from beginning to end, and I really enjoy it. Miss You Big, rest in power. What?
Nothing.
Anyway, it was his debut album, though, as far as like his mainstream album. Hugely influential in East Coast hip hop, and it features classics such as Juicy and Big Papa. Although I think Ready to Die, the song, is probably my favorite.
Yeah, I
Yep.
like Big Papa though.
Oh, I know you love it when you call me Big Papa.
Yeah, I don't call you that though.
Do you?
No,
Would you?
no,
Never?
never.
Never. Not even like a couple glasses of wine.
No,
3 glasses.
no,
4.
no,
5. 5 and a shot.
no,
Big Papa then?
no.
Okay. All right. All right. Mariah Carey's Butterfly album debuted September
that's a
13th,
classic.
1997. I was back in North Carolina for this one. And remember the song Honey with
Yeah.
now I know he's not popular anymore. But
Sure is
remember
not.
Puff Daddy and Mace were in the video? It's fucking dope. Because that's when Puff Daddy and the Family album came out, and that was a banger of an album. Regardless.
That was a good song.
Yeah, that was a great song. And the video, again, is fantastic. They're riding around in a helicopter. It's really not a lot to 90s. Although I will say Notorious Big's Hypnotize from Life After Death. That video where they're like running from the cops in a fucking boat and then they're driving away backwards. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Miss you big. Fantastic Four video game for PlayStation launched in North America and Europe September 15th, 1997. I know that
I
seems
didn't
like
know
an
that was a
obscure
video
one.
game.
They started doing that. So this is where it's kind
I
of
thought
like...
they were comic books.
Well, yeah. But then they said, you know what, we want to keep making more money because we like money. And so what they did is they started selling their rights to various companies, right? And
Yeah.
one of them being video games. And I know a lot of businesses do that. So they sell the rights, they create a video game. And, you know, it seems obscure now, but like that's not... Because Marvel, we're inundated with Marvel all the time. That wasn't the case back then. There'd be some X-Men video games, there'd be some licensing types of things like that, but like an open world... I don't even know if it was open world. I feel like it was kind of getting to that point. PlayStation type of game like that was starting to then really get into where you lead up 11 years later and all of a sudden you've got the Marvel Universe starting. So like you're still 11 years away from them even mixing most comic book characters in a movie to an overall story arc. See what I'm saying?
No. Yes.
It was a good talk. It was good. And that is going to do it for our 90s nostalgia. Now, Emily and I, we always get deep into the 90s, and that always transcends in getting deep with each other.
Deep with
And I'm not
each
talking just about sexy
other.
time. I'm talking about learning more about each other and growing together in the art of love and marriage. And we do that using a fun game that was also utilized in a Hulu show called Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, which is about a bunch of well, they're not all swingers. I see. I start getting off.
No.
Some of them were swingers and had relationships with each other and also part of the Mormon church. So obviously I want to relate my marriage to that. And we started playing the game called Let's Get Deep.
But we're doing the couples version, and they have done the friends version.
Well, you make that sound incestual, but we are doing the couples version. So there's several types of games. There's the Let's Get Deep couples, as Emily had mentioned, where if you're on a first date, you can use those icebreaker cards. If you're in a relationship, you can use a deep. If you're trying to get to know each other, or if you're in a marriage of 13 years like Emily and I, you can use the deeper cards. And then they have one for friends to ingrain and grow that friendship. And they also have some for the sexy time, which Emily has asked me to buy on multiple occasions. I'm planning on getting there for that for Christmas, and that's all she's going to get.
No.
And today we're going to be doing, like I mentioned, there's 3 types of cards. Today we're going to be doing deep card as in last week's episode on youtube.com / Do We Have to a Marriage podcast. We did an icebreaker. Go ahead, Emily.
Yeah.
Lay it
So
on
now we're
us.
going to do a deep one.
Yep.
And it is, if you decided to start your own business tomorrow, what would it be? I feel like we've had this one before, or something very similar to it. And I believe it would be a coffee shop / like...
We didn't mix. Did we not? No, that can't be right.
We did. We mixed it
Holy
with the pop
shit.
culture stuff.
We did. We have gotten this
But
card.
I prefer like a bookstore. You prefer it to have like comics.
Was it a
and
business?
things.
We did get this card before. We got to do a different card then. Where's the box?
Out of reach.
Is it out of reach? I can get it. I'll get up. I'll do it. There you go. Go get it, girl. Sorry, do we have to go for the first time ever on the show? Emily and I, out of 1,000 cards, selected the exact same one, even though we've only used 37 of them for the show.
Yeah, I don't know how that
So,
happened, to be honest.
goes to show you, if anybody wants to start a podcast, you can definitely do it. And you know what? Things happen, and you just got to roll with it.
Okay, so here's a new one.
Okay, let's do it. Is it better or is it worse?
I think it's obvious. Between us, who is more cautious?
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Me. I'm very cautious.
Really? So let's break that down.
Sir,
Go ahead. I would
I
like to hear why you think that.
have more patience when it comes to strangers. I don't involve myself in altercations. I don't get
Throwing out some dirty laundry happening right now. Go ahead.
aggressive quickly. I very much like let everybody do what they're going to do, and I'm just going to.
So we're just basing this
walk away.
interacting on with other people?
No, but even here at home, I think I'm still cautious.
What about finances or education, future plans,
No,
retirement,
you're more cautious on that stuff.
career?
Yeah, you're more cautious on that.
No, it's not a matter of being cautious. No, I would say you are the one that is. No, I would agree. It's you. I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm just kidding. Because you're the one that
cut
says,
you.
"Hey, let's pump the brakes for a second." Whereas I'm like, if I'm going to go, I'm going to go.
Yeah, like I like to overanalyze decisions.
To the point where you get analysis paralysis.
You make decisions and that's it. That's final. That's
You know, also
that's
can
what's
be a
gonna
little
happen.
analysis paralysis as well. And I'm trying to put him on Front Street, but I don't call him.
Why?
Sometimes we'll talk through stuff, and sometimes it's just like we'll just talk if I allow it, or if he will allow it, we'll talk about it for forever and not do anything.
But I think that's
You do that
okay.
too. No,
Sometimes it's okay.
I didn't say it was a bad thing. That's to me overly cautious.
Yeah.
So no, I would agree. You're the more cautious one of them. And to your point, I do tend to allow my emotions at times to control me rather than controlling my emotions, which then makes me. It shouldn't make me. Then I make a quick decision, and it.
You make emotional decisions, not necessarily quick decisions.
Well, I
You
think
make-
those go hand in hand at times, right?
sometimes, I guess.
Not a well-informed decision, and then all of a sudden, you're
Doing a podcast with your wife.
doing a podcast with your wife. At some point, I feel like we got to tell the story about the guy that I chased down the highway. But,
not right now.
Not today. But when I say chased is...
That's not the right word to use.
no, it's not the right word because it sounds like I'm the aggressor. But the guy that pulled a gun on Seamus and I. Yeah. We'll have to tell that story one day. One day, Do We Have to Crew? We'll have to tell a story of a day where I'm sure Emily said... Do I want to hitch my wagon to this man who would chase after somebody who pulled a gun on him? And yes, I did. So you're the more cautious one. That's it? That's the question? That's a deep question.
That's the deep question.
By relatable, I feel like we can do better. Can we add some expansion packs? Can we do a little bit better? I feel like that question, I almost would have rather just gone with this recycled business question.
I'm
a little disappointing. I'm totally kidding.
They have a category on actions.
What is actions? Like you actually do something?
I think. I don't know. We've not. Oh, activity.
Show me an example of a card. Yeah. Can you just grab one?
Oh, can't read that one on air.
No, I want to read. No, now you got to read it on air.
No.
Why?
No.
Don't be weird. Share it with
No,
me.
that one's going to get a block for sure.
Oh, you think YouTube is sexual?
Yeah, YouTube won't allow that. Not with our rating or whatever. We haven't even opened these.
Our rating is explicit material. You know that, right?
No, we can't do these on air.
They're all sexual? Okay. So I guess, Emily and I were like, hey, there's a sexy time one, but apparently there's an activity section. Sounds pretty spicy.
No, this one's okay.
So give me an example.
Each of you take a card, find something small and flat, and balance it on the card. Then try to gently toss it to your partner for them to catch on their card.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I hate that. And that just makes me not want to play it anymore.
Do your best impressions of each other. Let your partner post a story on social media that you must keep up for at least 1 hour.
Okay, well, you know what? We're not doing a good job selling this game, but I will say for majority of the time, for 36 episodes now, it has been a fantastic thing for us. Don't let the activities and the couple of the cards sway you. Highly recommend. You can get it on Amazon, Target, or any other major provider or retailer, which does not sponsor us, and you can access that game, and I highly recommend.
Oh, dear. Yeah, no, we can't. Oh, good Lord.
That's good stuff.
All right.
I don't know why these game companies have to get so fucking cute. Just deep, thought-provoking questions that allow people to get to know each other and connect more. Why do you have to be a fucking asshole and make it more than what it is?
I don't know. We chose the game.
Relatable never going to sponsor us, but I mean, I'm just going to say how I feel about it. I know I chose the game, but I mean, for a lot of it, it's been getting the job done.
Mm-hmm. We clearly need to stop putting them back in the box. We need to make a file.
Emily, I never put them back in the box.
No, I do.
Relatable. This is your baby. Let's Get Deep's your baby. Yeah. 90s nostalgia's mine. Let's Get Deep's yours. And I'm going to be honest, somebody's falling asleep at the wheel a little bit.
I'm so tired.
I'm
so tired.
And I thank you guys for allowing us to get deep and let us know what your answer to the question is, right? I don't even remember what the fucking question was. I mean, that's how uninteresting that question was.
Who's more cautious in your relationship?
So in your guys' relationships or your friendships or whatever it may be, who is more cautious? Let us know. Go to dowehavето.com. It's the first time I mentioned it today. I should have mentioned that earlier. We have our own website where you can submit a question to the show, even join our mailing list, because eventually we're going to be sending out communications on a regular basis. Again, dowehavето.com, or comment on one of our socials. At the end of the show, we'll be giving out all of our socials that we have access to and provide content on. And again, it's dowehavето.com. Submit a question or a message to the show. Okay. So, big question.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Let's just start this off, right? Talking about cell phones, we're talking about access. Essentially access, and we're talking about, it's two things, right? Access to our partner's information and privacy. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the biggest debated item. So when we're talking about one of the most virally debated topics in social media in general, and just in general, it is, why can I have, should your spouse have access to your phone password? Can I just say, and maybe this is an unpopular opinion, or maybe there's people out there that agree with me, it's okay if you don't. Feel free to shit on me. dowehavето.com / or youtube.com / at dowehavето a marriage podcast. Feel free. I think it's fucking stupid that this is a debate.
Why?
Because why can't your spouse access your phone? I think this is the weirdest thing. What do you think they're going to find out about you? That's the point, right? Well, so if you're not going to, so I guess that's my point. There's a difference, right? So there's two, in my opinion, there's two
separate questions being asked here.
Okay, let's break it down. Go ahead.
To me, it's having access to your phone and passwords.
Okay.
And then allowing your partner to have the privacy.
Right. So I guess it is a balancing act on both sides, right?
So for me,
yeah,
you have my phone, you have my passwords, you have all of that. Mm-hmm. You take my phone whenever you need it. it's there. I don't have any reason to ever stop you or anything. But you also allow me to have privacy and conversations with my friends and family, and you're not going through every text message meticulously. You're not reading every email meticulously. You're respecting my privacy. You're using whatever it is that you need from my phone. To me, those are two separate things. Just like I have access to your phone and your passwords and things, but I respect your privacy and I don't go through your text messages or your emails or, you know, like it's...
What's wrong with going through the text? Well, I mean, I guess I've never looked at your phone and been like, I have to go through and see what your messages are. But
right, I've never felt like I needed to.
Myself, I need to be guarded, because to me that's kind of a flag of like, or are you talking shit on your spouse, or are you talking to somebody that you shouldn't be talking to? So I think that's where the balancing act. No, not you. Don't make this about you.
No,
I'm just saying
not.
In general, there's kind of a balancing act. It is, yeah, you can have access to it. I'm not hiding it from you. Why do you need to check everything? So there's both sides of it, of like, if you're hiding the fact that, or if you're like very protective of like, I don't need to be shown. And this is not, we've been dating for let me preface this, right? This is not, we've been dating for 2 weeks and all of a sudden it's like, hey, I'm going to access everything about your phone. This is established relationships, right? Can we say that?
Absolutely.
That's the litmus.
This is like full on commitment. Like you're in
a committed relationship.
Yeah.
So if you're dating and somebody's being insanely weird about the phone, or they're being very guarded about the phone, I don't think it's necessarily the time to either jump off the ship or not. Mm-hmm. I think it's time to explore that, and then I think that's potentially a flag.
Yeah.
If that continues. But like if you're 2 weeks in a relationship and you're flipping out about needing to have access to their phone, you're kind of being an asshole. And then if it goes further and you're more of a committed, if you go further and you're in a committed relationship and then they're still not letting you have access to the phone, or they're being weirdly guarded about it, they're being an asshole. So I think it's kind of like
or if you've had
graph,
it and then
right?
you
time versus access, right? And as time goes, access increases, right?
What's on your arm?
What do you mean? Where?
Is that a Band-Aid?
Oh shit! I put So okay, sidebar really quick. Maeve, I don't know how she did it, but I went and picked up the girls after I got done. Uncle Connor and Aunt Emma took over at the hospital to spend time with Dad. Shout out Uncle Connor and Aunt Emma. I'm putting work in after work to go and spend time with Papa Ron. I went to go pick up the girls from Gigi's house, your mom's, and Maeve, like, I don't know what she was doing. She was great mood. We walk out of the house. Everything's fine, normal. She did try to do like a spin dance move on her leg, but at the fucking edge of the fucking cement stair, and then just fell into the ground, and then looked at me like, why did this happen? How could this have happened? Oh, I don't know. Because you try to do a fucking weird professional ballerina move on the edge of a concrete step, and then you fell.
Good choice.
So anyway, she didn't actually have a cut, but of course she had to have a Band-Aid because it was red on her knee.
And Band-Aids make everything better.
And then there we are.
Yeah.
Sorry, let's jump back into it.
I'm sorry. Yes, no, I agree. But I also feel like there's also a red flag being thrown out if you've had full reign and then all of a sudden they get like jumpy, like, why are you taking my phone? Why are you using this? What do you need it for? Or they changed their password and didn't tell you, or they're like, never mind.
Yep. I think it's much more of a red flag about being defensive about the phone than it is. I think it's easier to be like, you need to chill the fuck out about checking stuff all the time. I let you have access to it. And then as soon as they start just regularly breaking that, why would you want to have somebody like that in your life? Being controlling like that, right?
Like,
it's all control either way. It's control in a negative, toxic way on both sides of the fence.
Yeah. Like, right? I would be alarmed if you all of a sudden started taking my phone all the time and like spending forever going through everything and be like, what is it that you're looking
I'm being an
for?
Then I'm being an asshole. And I'm trusting asshole.
You could just ask me, you know.
I should have trust in you in the relationship.
Right. And like vice versa.
Yeah.
But the only time I also think that maybe it's okay for you to keep it separate and private, and this might be a very unpopular opinion, is if you as a couple, established couple, keep your finances separate, then...
But you still would want... I mean, the only time I've ever been pissy with you about looking on my phone is like during Christmas time or your birthday, and you're fucking snooping around Amazon. That's why I hate sharing an Amazon account. When I say hate it, I don't mind sharing an Amazon account. I like it. I'd prefer we do. It's just you can't do anything to surprise or like get something without the person knowing. You know what I mean? That's the shitty thing. So there's this lack of element of surprise and being able to do something kind for the person you care about. But that's a problem. That's a good problem to have. That's not a...
But like we do share the same accounts for like everything. And I think for us that works. But maybe some couples keep that separate. So like maybe...
It's not wrong.
You know,
as long as it works for you and you're being respectful.
If their finances are separate and they don't share like the Amazon account or the bank account or they're like we have Apple. So like they have separate Apple accounts or whatever. And I don't know. Like
I do want to talk about the time you basically hijacked my Apple library. Now it's under your email.
Yeah, I did. I hated it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. I did that. But I just feel like at those points, then maybe you don't need access to everything because you keep something so large and foundational of a relationship individual. So then the phone thing could fall into that. Well, like they don't pay for my phone. I pay for it. So they don't need it.
No, I agree. But I'm just saying, if you're going to be like super weird and defensive about it, you're alluding that there's something you don't want them to see. And if it is, I bought you something, I don't want you snooping around my bank account. Or if it's, hey, we've been dating for 6 months and we're exclusive, but you're not going to have access to every fucking app I have. I get that. But I'm just saying, like, what we're talking about is like, if you're married, you're not going to let somebody see your bank. You're not going to let your spouse see your bank account. That's to me, I'm sorry. And maybe I'm wrong. I think you're being an asshole. I think that's a problem. And I think you're creating a blank space, as Taylor would say, between you and your spouse.
I don't know how. Well, I mean, we only dated for 6 months before we got engaged. So
that's because I made love to you so well. He wanted to marry me
Lord
so
have
quickly.
Mercy.
Learn from me, gentlemen.
No, I don't remember when. I don't know if it was ever brought up.
It was after we got engaged and right before we got married, we decided we were going to join our finances. But that's not, there's nothing wrong with having separate finances.
Well, no, I mean, like, when did I give you access to stuff, like my phone and all of that? I can't remember if that was even a conversation. It was just something that happened.
Organically just happened because it wasn't really until we had like iPhones together that we even started asking each other. When you had an Android phone, I didn't want anything to fucking do with your phone.
I loved my BlackBerry.
Right, stuff like that. I just never, I don't know.
I miss my BlackBerry.
And I've been cheated on before. And I never even I wasn't worried about it. You know what I mean? It was what it was. And I mean, like as far as like our relationship, like I just wasn't concerned about that.
Yeah. I'd been cheated on before and you were the first relationship that I never felt that guard had to be up all the time.
I think there's some reasonable things to be like, oh, I don't know if I want you seeing that. Like internet search history, like if I watch porn or something. I don't know. You know?
I don't have that on mine.
You've never watched porn?
Not on my phone.
Oh. What do you watch it on?
I don't know.
I'm not saying we watch it all the time. I'm just saying like we're red-blooded human beings, right? That have children around us all the time. And sometimes we don't have opportunity to be intimate with each other. I guess for me, like if I were going to be awkward about anything, I wouldn't want you to misconstrue something I looked at as like something that's an issue with our relationship or something weird. I guess that'd be something I'd be I'm just trying to think about something I might be defensive about.
Dark romantic novels. That's what.
Yeah, you read dragon porn.
I don't read dragon.
So my cousin Ashley, another sidebar, guys. Sorry, I don't mean to do so many sidebars, but this is fantastic. My cousin Ashley, shout out Ashley and Tyler who live in Louisiana.
It was one scene. In the book.
In Bossier. Ashley just got Emily recently into fantasy. Emily's never liked fantasy.
No.
And all of a sudden, Emily wants to watch Lord of the Rings.
No, I
don't.
Now
she's reading this thing, which is kind of like a mixture of Harry Potter, dragons, and porn.
No.
High school students banging it out.
No.
They're learning how to ride dragons and getting spiced up with each other all the time. And Emily is loving the fuck out of it. All I see her is just like this.
No.
When she's reading. This is her reading.
No, it's the Empyrean series. And it's like Fourth Wing.
Absolutely.
Whatever.
It's just like Bridgerton. I can't
like
satisfy
Bridgerton.
her in a way that Bridgerton and what's the book porn?
What?
What's the dragon porn book called?
Well, the one
What's
I
the
read.
name of the series? Just give
that
the name of the
I think
series.
it's called the Empyrean series
Yeah,
or something.
the Impenison series.
I don't know,
yes.
but the book is called The Fourth Wing.
Yeah, there's probably a fifth wing there too.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All I'm saying
But
is,
it was like, I didn't expect it in
Right.
that book. And then it was like, I sent Ashley a text message and I was like, there should be a warning.
absolutely.
This came out of nowhere.
You're talking about spiciness, right?
Yeah, it got
That's
spicy.
my point, right? So I guess what I'm
But-
trying to say is to round it back to our discussion about access to the phone. I think there's some things we can be insecure about that may initially create some defensiveness of allowing access to the phone, but that's
Yeah.
where you need to be having those conversations and communicating and being in a healthy spot.
Yeah.
I think honestly, the phone thing is a great indicator of where you're at with your relationship. And it is a pass or fail. I really think. I don't think there's a lot of gray area
I never
here
thought
with
of
the
it like
phone,
that.
right? It is. You guys comfortable? Like, are you comfortable with your partner with your phone? If you are, you're probably heading to a good direction. Doesn't mean there's not things you can continue to work with, but from a communication perspective and openness and feeling trust in your relationship, that is a fantastic test. And if it's not, I might be rethinking what's going on, or at least need to be thinking about what can we do to improve those things. And if my partner is not moving in that direction, maybe time to reassess.
Yeah, I think so. I've never thought of it that way. But it's also like, I know I have your password for like Facebook and stuff, but I don't log in and look at stuff.
What do you think I'm doing on Facebook?
I don't know.
Searching 20-year reunion, high school size, trying to pick up some ladies.
No, I think your Facebook is actually pretty boring.
I think it's
but
actually-
so is mine. Mine's a bunch of like house decor and
Mine are Halloween pages and Christmas pages, and then our
oh
family.
no, that's my Instagram.
Yeah.
My Instagram is like makeup,
Maybe it's just us. Maybe we're the
skincare,
problem.
paint colors.
Maybe we
Like
just don't
I
have
don't
an
know.
exciting life of like
I
seeing
really
other
don't.
people and having exes that are trying to find us and those sorts of things.
Yeah, I don't have any exes trying to find me. Not anymore.
My point is that I don't know. I'm just saying, like I said, it is a good baseline test of where you're at in your relationship. I definitely think that's the case. And I think it
Yeah.
opens up a lot of opportunity for discussion and what are the things that make us uncomfortable or insecure. And you can grow and work from that. But if you allow it to, it can be something that tears your relationship apart.
Oh, I definitely agree there. I think it could become something very toxic and very resentful if you use it as like a weapon.
And I think if you're sitting around and the person you're with is being an asshole about the phone all the time and like not letting you see it and fucking gaslighting you, being like you're an asshole for wanting to even access it, even though they're being weird with it. Like they walk off when they get a phone call or they're very like trying to keep it away from you. It's a very easy tell. And I think sometimes we tell ourselves what we want to see or hear in a relationship. Just look at the signs. A phone is a very useful tool. It does not have to be a bad thing that a person's being weird about the phone. It's a good thing because they're telling you right now they're an untrustworthy partner that is not worth your time.
Yeah. But I think it goes beyond the phone, like, even to like the computer and stuff. Like you have access to all of my email accounts. I have access to yours. I think it's important that we have access to each other's things. For one, in case of like an
Well, if
emergency.
something happens to you, I mean, for me, it's
And
just about
then-
accessing things that keep day-to-day life moving forward.
Right. And then it's also like a convenient thing. Cause like if for some reason something's not working on a phone, I can log in for you
Yeah.
here at home or vice versa. Or,
Right.
there's other ways to help each other when you have more access to things, and you're not going to give me the password one day and then be like, oh, now I have to change it because I asked her to log in and get this email and forward it to somebody or whatever, so like, I think it's just another way of communication and another way to show how strong you are as a couple, because
It's a very good point.
there shouldn't be any separateness between the two of you. Like, yeah, we each have our own whatevers, but it shouldn't be looked at as yours versus mine.
Agreed.
It should be like, you took the lead on this, I took the lead on this, but like, here's the info, here's.
And to your point, I think this is the way you do it, right? You start out, you're in a relationship, you're respectful about each other's privacy more than you are about knowing everything about each other, right? And then as your relationship grows, again, you're ascending to this where all of a sudden the phone becomes a tool or a partnership between the two of you where you're utilizing that to conquer the world. By conquer the world, I mean you're taking on day-to-day life, you have careers, or you're dealing with your family, and you're using that as a cohesive tool to attach the both of you and allow you to knock out the things and be the best couple that you can be. That's towards the end. But I'm saying if you're respectful of it and you're being communicative about it and you're treating it with respect as you grow, then it's just a tool where you're combined. And at any time, if you deviate with that and you start being weird with it, you're doing something fucked up.
Yeah.
So again, it's a good tool. It's a good tool to be able to tell if somebody's doing something they shouldn't be doing. And it's a great tool to grow into a great couple together.
Yeah, like we don't even have different like Starbucks accounts.
Are you bragging about us or something?
No, I'm just thinking like of everything that we have.
We overly combine. But I think here's the thing. We
overly combine, which I don't think is bad. I think it's easier.
We may have done it too fast, too soon, though. I think we're great with it now, but I think I don't know. I think it allowed us to fall into some pitfalls, like with our finances at times. Like I think it could be convenient for one of us to not have to. And I say about this both of us.
Oh yeah,
I think
like
it can be convenient to be like, oh, I didn't know about this because you take care of that, right? So there's pitfalls to it too. If you're not being respectful of the process, if you're not growing together with these tools, it's a tool. There can be bad about allowing access to everything too. I mean, again,
because like I took path of least responsibility with things.
It's not just you, but isn't that
no,
wasn't,
but I mean,
just
like,
you.
At one point I did take very little responsibility because like, I had access to it, but you managed
That's specific to bank account stuff. How about when we're dealing with kid stuff? Sometimes we'll get joint texts together or we have text group stuff and it's like, oh, I know Emily's got that. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a way to do this to where it helps you become a better couple. There's a way to do it where you can be apathetic and you're kind of still both two ships passing the night. And then there's a way you can do it where you can absolutely dismantle your marriage or your relationships.
Yeah.
Fair?
Fair.
All right. Well, fucking we figured it out. Here's the deal. You guys got it. You heard all that.
So
do we have to?
Do we separate or keep going the path we are going?
I think we keep going. I think we need to be more, for you and me, it's being more respectful about all the tools we have on the phone that we share together. And how do we allow that to create a more cohesive relationship where we're doing better and we're more on the same point in time where at the end of the day, it's like, God damn, we are on it with all these apps. All I want to do is rip your clothes off and show you how much I appreciate you.
Well, that was aggressive and thank you.
You're welcome, baby. So let us know. Do we have to, crew? Have you had any experience with this, with your phones? Have you had learning opportunities? Has there been things that have worked well? Have there things that have not been well? Go to dowehave2.com. Shoot us a message. We'll gladly follow up on that. This is episode 37, but we love to talk about what the Do We Have To crew has to provide as far as feedback to us. Reach out to us on our wonderful socials. And Emily, do you have those socials? I didn't print those off. So let's talk about them. Facebook.
But I also kind of want to know, like, what boundaries do you guys set with?
Oh, that's a good question. Sorry, I cut you off. I apologize.
Like, we don't really have any boundaries regarding our phones or our accounts or what we have access to for each other.
Birthday, Christmas time, it's like, let's not look through all the transaction history. Let's be respectful.
Right.
You're terrible about it.
I am. I don't like surprises.
Which is just such an opposite thing to me. Do you like to be surprised not knowing your gift, or do you like to know your gift? Answer that on top of the phone thing, dowehave2.com.
Yeah, I want to know.
I want to know now, too. Do we have to, crew?
I want to know. But you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads.
Yep, that's right. Do.we.have.to.
Okay.
You're welcome.
On X is at Do We Have To a Marriage Pod.
Yep.
Peloton, you can follow Sean at Do We Have To Pod KC.
Good job.
You can follow me at Emily_in_KC. You can join our team, which is Do We Have To Crew. What other
No, that's it. Just TikTok.
Oh, TikTok is
at Do We Have To Pod.
Yes.
Yep. And then normally, guys, or for Peloton journey, so Emily and I, we've had a wonderful health journey that we've experienced together over the last 3-4 years. Every week on the show, if you join our team, which is the Do We Have To Crew team, you can follow us and you can join our team. We also have a hashtag or a label as well, which is Do We Have To Crew, which you can absolutely use. We announce the top 20 every week on the show. Not today, because we're doing an elongated challenge. So we'll get back to our weekly announcements next week. But again, go to Peloton, and you don't need any of the Peloton machines to actually use the Peloton app. It'll track your the amount of time you do for strength training. It'll GPS follow your run. It will just time your run and give you an update based on your height and weight as far as how many calories you burn. It'll track it and allow you to participate in these wonderful challenges with us. So get healthy with us at Do We Have To Crew.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to everybody out there, thank you so much for listening to the episode today. It was a wonderful topic. And again, it'll be available at youtube.com/@Do We Have To, a marriage podcast, and all major podcast apps. Emily, what do you got advice-wise for the wonderful Do We Have To crew before we end this episode?
Be kind.
I love that.
Be kind to one another.
You know, Katie sent me a video earlier. Aunt Katie.
Was it the one I sent her earlier today?
No, I don't think so. Aunt Katie, who is not my actual sister, but I've probably considered her a sister since I was fairly young.
Yeah.
Or younger, in my 20s. She has a knack, and I hope most people have this type of relationship in their lives where you haven't talked to them or had any interaction with them during the week, and yet somehow they, I don't know, it's like a sixth sense or something like that. They send you something or they reach out to you in a way where it's like, I did not think I needed that, but that was something I needed. Mm-hmm. And she sent me a video today, and it's been a long week. As I had mentioned, my father is in the hospital. There's just a lot going on right now. And like as everybody does, you just have those weeks where the week and getting through it is a grind as opposed to, and you kind of lose sight of it being a privilege. And she sent me a video, and it was this dad. I thought it was a comedian, but he was kind of up top, or he was talking like almost like at a comedy shop, but it ended up being more of like not a one-man show, but like somebody talking about their experiences and kind of being funny while they're doing it, but having a very strong message. And he was talking about making dinner in his kitchen with his daughter, and he dropped a plate. And it was like one of those weeks where it was like, are you fucking kidding me? Are we really here? And so he picked up the plate and he put it back together because he was worried about it happening. And he put it back together and it looked real funky. And his daughter said, well, that looks weird. And he goes, yeah, it sure does. She goes, but I'm glad we put it back. I'm glad we kept it. And then he started talking about his experience about almost killing himself and all these relationship issues he's had. And yeah.
To his daughter?
Just in general to the audience. Oh. And explaining, kind of taking it back to that moment of like, yeah, there was a time where I almost ended it. You know, the plate almost broke and didn't pick it back up, but I picked it back up, put it together, and it's not a beautiful plate. It's weird, but it's a plate. And I'm glad that I did it. You know what I mean? That was something
I love that.
Yeah. And that's a shout out to Aunt Katie. So it was a very cool thing. So everybody out there, you may feel like you're trapped in darkness. You may feel like you're under a rock. You're not. You know what you are? You're being planted. And so just remember, we're out there with you. Everybody keep doing the best you can do. And thank you so much for listening to the show.
Yeah.
Love you, Rosebud.
Love you, crew. Well, I love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Wake up, I'm about to shake up every little thing, show you all that we can be. Come dance in my clothes.